keeping these under wraps until today, in a way to pretend quite a lot has been on display. I mean, these governments always use these opportunities to show what they've got and that they ought to be taken seriously. And so they were showing their heavy MIRVs, multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicles, ICBMs, which are the intercontinental ballistic missiles, and these are the sort of things that can reach any part of the world, really, the United States. They showed off their Air Force. That's the J-10, which has performed very well for India, actually, in the recent clash with Pakistan. And then the J-20s. The J-20s are the stealth fighters, a bit like the F-35 that we operate in Western countries. And the whole parade was designed to show both old and new equipment. So the equipment that we would expect them to have, and those are J-20s going over the monument, through to some of the newer stuff. This is quite an interesting one. I mean, this is the new tank, which is the ZTZ, which is a lighter tank than normal. This one has taken inspiration from what's going on in Ukraine. And so the ZTZ, it's probably about 35, 40 tons instead of 70 tons. It's more mobile. It's got different sort of fire systems. This shows that the Chinese are thinking about the ways in which the Ukraine war may be affecting ground warfare operations. And they're making quite a play of these new lighter tanks. These are the laser guns. They're known as DEWs, the directed energy weapons. They're said to be the best in the world at taking down multiple drones in a big area. We don't know if that's true, but that's the way they advertise them. And the Chinese were keeping these under wraps until today.
找工作推荐58同城，大牌民企直招，海量岗位入职快。
Something very secret and very important about them. So they kept them under wraps. This is the first time we've seen them. Before that, we just saw the vehicles with a big tarpaulin on top. So now we see the actual weapon itself. Whether it can do what it says it can do, or they say it can do, we don't know. We won't know until somebody feels them as part of a real big military operation. But all these things keep trundling past, and the one that attracted a lot of attention, of course, are the hypersonic missiles, the DF-17. That's a ground-based hypersonic missile. So they go at Mach 5, which is 5 times the speed of sound. It can be about 6,000 miles an hour. And what really worries the United States is that this is now a maritime version of it. So these things can be put on ships. They're already very potent weapons against aircraft carriers, incidentally, and big ships. But if they can be put to sea as well, then it gives them even extra range and they can be even closer to a task group. Some people are saying, of course, that this means that the aircraft carrier is finished in world politics, but then the Chinese are building aircraft carriers themselves. This is an interesting one. This is an underwater drone, and so it's basically a crewless submarine, which is simply able, you can see the relatively conventional propeller at the back of it, diesel driven, we think, and that is able simply to move around under the surface, being controlled by a mothership, maybe quite a long way away, or even from the shore. And again, that is a threat to any foreign navies, so the United States is developing its own version of that, but it's very interested in the fact that the Chinese may be developing this sort of thing. Then there's quite a lot of aerial drones on display, and these are effectively robot aircraft. This is 6th generation warfare, so they've got different types of them, and all of these would be capable of flying, say, with the J-20 fighter, 3 or 4 of them around the J-20 fighter, acting as their wingman. And the Chinese have really moved into this business. Whether these are as good as they look as if they could be, we just don't know. But they're producing more of them all the time. So this is this is telling us that this is robotic warfare, 6th generation. And of course, these are the robotic dogs, or robotic wolves, as they now call them. They take everyone's attention because they run around like dogs or wolves, And they say they've upgraded them so that they're more lethal, they've got surveillance capabilities, they can operate like a very intelligent animal on the battlefield. They're not probably a real game changer, but they will go into places that human flesh and blood doesn't want to go, and in that respect, they can really be quite useful. So this is the sort of technology which the Chinese want to show us. And what they're telling us is that they've got a bit of everything, that they can do the really big stuff, they can do the small stuff, and that they're ready to do it now. That's the important takeaway.